Hi, my name's Manny. I'm a former Mercedes-Benz car salesman, and in this video I'm going to tell you a quick story about the single biggest vehicle discount that I ever gave as a car salesman. Now, over the past couple of years, I've made a few videos about how to negotiate a lease, how to negotiate new car price, how to negotiate used car price, and I decided to make this video to illustrate the single biggest factor in a vehicle price reduction. Now, I'll tell you the story, and then when I'm done, I'll explain how this particular situation worked out to this customer's advantage. The time of the story is 2017, January, moving into February, a couple approaching retirement age. They come on the lot with their Hyundai and they're considering moving into a Mercedes. They wanted to see what the entry-level price point was and whether or not that would work for them. So at that time, Mercedes started making a car known as the CLA. And this is a smaller sedan, and it's designed to lower the price point to get people into the Mercedes brand. The car that we had was 38 grand sticker at that time, and it had four-wheel drive, number of luxury options. The couple liked it, but they established that their ceiling was really 30 grand. And they were hesitant to even take a test drive because it was so far beyond their price point. I did convince them to at least take a test drive while they were there. We took a couple laps. They loved it. It was the perfect car for them. But ultimately, we had to go our separate ways because we could not agree on price. A couple months go by. We still have the car. So this particular car, we had it for maybe a month before they came in. So now it's been on the lot for 3 months. It was a service vehicle. It had a couple thousand miles on it. It was used when customers would come in to get their car fixed overnight and they needed a car. We would loan this out to them. The way our dealership worked, we'd move a couple hundred units a month between new and used. We were a well-oiled machine. So if a vehicle was on the lot for 3 or 4 months, we'd have to move on and wholesale it, regardless of how much potential or value was left in that vehicle. So my manager pointed out, hey, that red CLA, we're wholesaling it tomorrow, 32 grand, it's gone. Decided to give that nice couple a call, and I said, hey, I don't know if you're still looking for a car, but we're gonna sell it tomorrow for 32 grand, take it or leave it. It could be yours today if you want it. They decided to come up from 30 to 32. They got the car, and that was the single biggest discount that I gave at Mercedes. The price of a sticker price to move from $38,000 to move down $6,000 to $32,000 was almost an 18% discount, and that's rare. I mean, the typical Mercedes discount would be 3 to 5%. It would range from really 0 to 1.5 to 8%, but people aren't getting double-digit percentage discounts at Mercedes-Benz. And the single biggest factor that worked to this couple's advantage is they bought something that nobody else wanted. Now, they didn't ask for a discount. They weren't smooth talkers. They just walked away. And timing worked out to their advantage, where they were able to get the biggest discount among all the customers I worked with. And I've worked with some real hustlers, some really wheeling, dealing guys. Oh my gosh. The one time there was these two Middle Eastern guys come in. It was so funny. They were great. They had this check printed out for $30,000 on it before they even came into the dealership. Just printed. Cashier's check, 30 grand to come in and buy a car. They didn't know what. They're like, well, they wanted a van. Ultimately, we ended up a couple hours later getting them into a Sprinter van that literally stalled out while they were driving it. They still went with it. But anyways, I've seen the hustlers, okay? And none of that matters. What matters is your timing and factors beyond your control. So you'll see guys on the internet, I see in the comments section of my videos, people are like, well, all you got to do is you got to find out the dealer invoice, which is a made-up number, and then you got to take the holdback out of the dealer invoice, and then they have to sell it to you. Well, that's not the case. Let that go. Simmer down. The reality is no car dealer is going to sell you a car for a price they are not comfortable selling it to you for. So when you're looking at dealer A, who for the most part can sell you the exact same thing as dealer B, and whether or not their dealer invoice is the same and their holdback is the same, that all gets canceled out. This is basic mathematics. Just cross it out. Like units, cross them out. Moving on. The only variable between dealerships is their particular financial position at any particular point in time. So dealer A might have $2 million of inventory, depreciating assets, and their inventory might be 30 days old. And you got another dealer B, they might have $10 million of depreciating assets. Their inventory might be 90 days old. If you ask these two people to sell you the exact same car, they're going to have different motivations on what price they're willing to go to. And that's the same for whether, the same but slightly different approaches and strategy for new as with used. And in this particular situation, this couple they got a great car. Nobody wanted it on our lot, but it was still a highly valued, desired car, even to this day. But our particular situation worked out for them. And when you hear these stories of, this person got $6,000 off or $10,000 off, it's so incredibly specific, it's irrelevant to learn from those situations. Like, somebody can get a new pickup truck in November, full-size pickup truck, it better be 18% off. Versus the first car I ever sold at Mercedes, what was it called? Well, it is now today a GLC coupe, but it was the AMG version. It had just come out. Car, brand new, sticker price, $72,000, brand new. The first car I ever sold, I sold a 1-year-old version of that car for $3,000 less, $69,000. It had 20,000 miles on the vehicle. And the reason was, it was a car that everybody wanted. It was the complete opposite of this couple. The guy that I sold this to, incredibly intelligent man. I had a guy, I don't know if he was an Army Ranger, he had a well-established military background, he is in commercial real estate, sharp guy, sharp as a tack, punctual. This guy had it figured out. But he only paid $3,000 less than sticker price for a 1-year-old car with 20,000 miles on it. The lesson is, do the best you can to take advantage of things that are far beyond your control. And that is the story of negotiation. So if you have any questions, first off, if you like the video, please take the time to like the content. If you find this useful, leave a comment. This is the way the YouTube algorithm picks up my content, gives my channel some more exposure, gives me the incentive to keep making videos like this. So if you want to learn about how to negotiate used car prices, I got a good video on that. You want to negotiate a new car, I got it. If you want something else, you want to see something that's not on here, leave me a comment in the comment section. You can send me an email, manny@notwaitingtolive.com. I look forward to hearing from you all. Let me know whether you enjoyed this or not. Thank you.